place for the soldiers, then they will not molest innocent or decent women.
And with hands clenched in horror, Minnie is forced to watch as authorized underlings force their way into her girls' assembly hall, filled with hundreds of good girls. She is not going to hand over even one of them willingly. But then, a number of young refugee girls step forward, evidently former prostitutes. Minnie is speechless.
They finally secured 21. But group after group of women have asked me if they will select the other 79 from the decent women and girls. And all I can answer is, they will not do so if it is in my power to prevent it.
Bob Wilson helped out at our house last night. He got home early for the first time in 2 weeks. So he went to the university gardens, brought 6 big poinsettias and put them around our living room. So we look like Christmas anyway.
Everyone is competing to make this a happy Christmas for me. It's really touching. Chang brought some Christmas roses and has decorated the house with them. He even managed to find a little fir tree that he wants to decorate. And he just came in grinning with joy and carrying 6 very long candles that he rounded up somewhere. Everybody likes me suddenly. And it used to be, or so I thought, that no one wanted to have much to do with me. Or might I have been wrong there? How strange, my dear Dora, my dear children and grandchildren. I know you're all praying for me today. I feel as if I am surrounded by loving thoughts. Believe me, I have a prayer in my heart for all of you as well.
This seems like anything but Christmas Eve. It is sort of tough to keep Japanese soldiers from looting a hospital in the center of what was, a few weeks ago, a great city, while the rest of the family is scattered all over the globe. My baby will be 6 months old in 4 days, and I have only seen her for 7 weeks of that time. It would be pleasant to close the year with some sort of brighter outlook for the next, but we seem to be closing on a note of deepest gloom, without a glimmer of light ahead. The only consolation is that it can't be worse. They can't kill as many people as there aren't any more to kill.
Christmas Eve, Nanking, China, 1937. What I am about to relate is a story which I feel must be told, even if it is seen by only a few. In these 2 short weeks, we here in Nanking have been through a siege. The Chinese army has left, defeated, and the Japanese have come in. On that day, Nanking was still the beautiful city we were so proud of, with law and order still prevailing. Today it is a city laid waste, ravaged, completely looted, much of it burned. Complete anarchy has reigned for 10 days. It has been a hell on earth. Not that my life has been in serious danger at any time, though turning lust-mad drunken soldiers out of houses where they were raping the women is not altogether a safe occupation. Nor does one feel perhaps too sure of himself when he finds a bayonet at his chest or a revolver at his head, and knows it is handled by someone who heartily wishes him out of the way. For the Japanese army is anything but pleased at our being here. They wanted no observers. But to have to stand by, while even the very poor are having their last possessions taken from them, their last coin, their last bit of bedding, while thousands of disarmed soldiers who had sought sanctuary with you, together with many hundreds of innocent civilians, are taken out before your eyes to be shot or used for bayonet practice. And we have to listen to the sounds of the guns that are killing them. Over 1,000 women kneel before you, crying, hysterically, begging you to save them from the beasts who are preying on them. To stand by and do nothing while your flag is taken down and insulted not once but a dozen times, and your own house is being looted, and then to watch the city you have come to love, and the institutions which you had planned to devote your best deliberately and systematically burned by fire. This is a hell I had never before envisaged. And we keep asking ourselves, how long can this last? Day by day we are assured by the officials that things will be better soon, that we will do our best. But each day has been worse than the day before.
January 1st, a new year filled with hope. There was a worship ceremony at 8:30 this morning. In the solemn air, the trumpets sounded and the Japanese flag was raised. It is moving beyond words, with the swords sparkling in the rising sun. We saluted the military flag, gave 3 cheers for our Emperor and Empress.
January 4. It is just 3 weeks since Nanking was taken, and as yet, there has been no foreigner allowed in or out.
The Japanese try to cover things up wherever it's even vaguely feasible. And the ban on anyone entering or leaving is one of their ways of keeping the world ignorant of Nanking's present state. We have now received news that the Japanese want to close all refugee camps on February 4th. The refugees are supposed to return to the devastated city, and it doesn't matter where they live amid the ruins. This could be awful, but we don't know how to avert this calamity. The military has all the power.
At 3 p.m., 2 embassy police came and asked us to get all the refugees together so they could explain to them the plan of returning to their homes.
A Chinese man was with them who used to be a low-level Chinese army officer. In order not to be killed, he became a Japanese collaborator. When he was alone with Miss Vautrin, he told her not to let the young girls go. He wept as he spoke.
Their real object is to get these people away from us, who have been their protection during these terrible weeks.
If they do not go back, the refugees in camps will be driven out by soldiers.
Some of the refugees have registered and gone home hoping to live there peacefully. But unexpectedly, when the refugees arrived home, Japanese soldiers were seen hunting for women.
I shall never bring pressure on women to leave again. My experience on that was too bitter. One woman of 27, whom we urged to go back to her husband, was raped by 3 soldiers within 3 hours after she left us. I learned my lesson, and shall not easily forget it.
We have the possibility of a massacre, but I don't see myself staying out of sight while soldiers use bayonets on women and children who've trusted us.
I scolded 2 Japanese soldiers. The fellow in front was taking it all right, but the one in back was a surly fellow. He drew his bayonet and he made a pass at my middle. I stood my ground. But since his first pass was unsuccessful, he took his bayonet and held it to my neck for a moment. He muttered something in Japanese and jerked his bayonet forward, and I ducked my head back. It drew blood.
I fear that the military intends to clear the zone by force. The middle pass is the only open spot left in the garden. As I come outside, they all fall to their knees and cannot be persuaded to get up from the cold cement path until I give the following speech. The Japanese have publicly announced that you must leave the refugee camps, the zone, today. I personally shall not chase you away, but what can I, a single foreigner, do? Nonetheless, I'll try to prevent the Japanese from entering. When I return home in my car today, I am received with a royal salute. My poor refugees have formed 2 long lines. Then all my 600 parishioners surround me and give me a greeting written on a banner. They all bow 3 times, and are very happy when I bow my head in gratitude. Then one of my Chinese friends translates the greeting.
You are the living Buddha.